Hi, I'm Laura from YoungWritersWorkshops.com, and I'm going to talk about how to quote from a passage. There's a few things to remember when you're using a quote, and one of them is to set it up with some context. So you wouldn't just throw in, put quotation marks around someone's statement without saying, who said it and what was the context. For example, John Adams wrote in a letter to Thomas Jefferson in the months leading up to the writing of the Declaration of Independence, and then enclose the quote in quotation marks and include the entire quote. So you're always going to provide some context for the quote. You also want to make sure that you're attributing it to the source. So again, explaining that it was John Adams that said this and the context in which he said it. Make sure to include a coherent statement, because quotes can actually be misinterpreted if you take just a portion of it that contradicts the actual meaning of it. So be careful about misquotations. That happens fairly frequently with historical quotations, so be sure to include it in the proper context. And then be sure to use large block quotes sparingly, so don't go on and on for paragraphs with a quote in your writing, because that ends up being very hard for the reader to follow and a little bit jarring to read such a long segment within another piece of writing. So those are some basic ideas to keep in mind when using quote in a passage.